Okay, I just want to say before this video starts is that after looking at the footage, I sound a little bit dead or like bored or whatever, and I was just really tired when I recorded it, so I'm sorry for that. But I just want to say thank you so much for all the support I've been getting. Like, my channel reached 50 subscribers yesterday, which is just insane. I was not expecting to grow that fast, and my first video reached 1,000 views this morning, which is also just incredible. So I just want to say thank you so much for that. Like, it's incredible to see how much you guys support me. I'm going to continue making videos, of course, and if you haven't, then please subscribe. But anyways, let's roll the video. Hey guys, and in this video I'm going to show you the easiest way to get the Artifact of the Devourer on the island. So this is the cheapest way, and probably also one of the easiest, although you can also use a different creature, but we'll get into that soon. So the island cave is located in the northeast of the map, on Carno Island. And when you're here, you just want to head to this sort of rock, sort of its own island in the very top corner, as you can see here. And if you look to the main island from it, there's a big ruin there. You should see the cave entrance. So that's where you will enter the cave at 14.8 by 85.3. We're not going to use an Argentavis though, because it doesn't actually work to bring it into the cave usually. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Just wanted to show you the location of the cave. Now, there is 3 different creatures that you can efficiently use to get this artifact, or go through the cave. I'm going to use a Sabertooth because I wanted to show you that you can use a pretty early game creature, but it is a very tall cave, so I would recommend using, or like a better alternative could be a Thylacoleo, but the best like ways to bring those, like a Sabertooth, which I have down there, or a Thyla, is to use an Argentavis and pick them up and bring him to the island, or you can use a Quetzal or a Raft. But if you want to save yourself having like an extra creature here out kind of exposed to the dangerous stuff on Carno Island, you can also use a Baryonyx and swim across the water because they are amphibious. You can swim across from the main island and you don't have a creature out here in the open. However, if you do like me and bring a Sabertooth tiger using an Argentavis, you should park your RG on this little island here, sort of southeast on the Carno Island. You can see there's a little island here, just the rough coordinates if you wonder, because this is the only part of the Carno Island that doesn't actually have any predators on it. So if you land your RG, Quetzal, or whatever here, then they shouldn't really be exposed to any danger. I mean, you can of course be very unlucky, but I've parked it here multiple times and I've never had it attacked by anything. So if you bring your land mount using a flyer, then land it here. So we're going to use a Sabertooth for this, because it's a pretty early game tame and we'll get plenty of chitin from killing all the scorpions and stuff. But of course, even if you want to do it even earlier, you can also use a raptor, but then you won't get as much chitin. So I'm using the Sabertooth because it is pretty much the first animal that you can kind of harvest a good amount of chitin with. So I'm just going to run to the cave. Mine has speed, so I should be able to outrun everything. Although most stuff will aggro and attack you, as you can see. Sort of chasing me. So I'm going to enter in the cave. Here it is. So just head inside. They probably will follow, but if they don't, I can't see because it's so bright. Okay, it does actually come in. So that's kind of what you gotta watch out for. It does spawn Rexes here, so just be a little careful, but just head into the cave. There's only one way we can take, so shouldn't be too hard. Before we get truly into the cave though, this is what I'm bringing. I'm bringing a full set of riot armor, because it is quite cold, and the riot armor gives decent heat protection, or protection against the cold. You can see there the hypothermic insulation, which is what you use against cold, is 748, even though this is an ascendant armor though. And I'm also wearing, I'm not sure if you can really see that. Yeah, there we go. You can see I'm wearing an otter as well, because the otter is great, easy to tame, and they give hypo and hyperthermic insulation. So they protect you against both heat and cold. I mean, my stats on the Sabertooth might be a little overpowered, but the Sabertooth health is probably the biggest problem when you have like tamed them newly, so need some health. I have some stamina, speed, and melee, and if you want to make sure that you can grab all the resources, you should also have some weight. Don't need as much as this, but yeah, you get the point. So pretty much the first thing you meet when you head into the cave is this water, and that might scare a few people because you might think, oh shit, is this a water cave? No, it isn't. This is just a small little canal that leads you to the main cave. It might be a little frightening. You don't actually need scuba gear though. So like, you don't need any scuba gear to get in this cave. Simply dive down with any mount, and you should follow the crystal. You should see a dark sort of hallway straight forward, but if you turn to your right after that second crystal there, you can just head up. And you're now in the cave. And you can see there's a lot of bats. My world sometimes glitches so that there are only bats, and it looks like I might have, or that might have happened to me now, because I can only see bats. As you can see, you might be immediately met with a loot crate, so I'll take that. So there is a few different ways you can do this. You can obviously walk down and through this whole cave. You can see there is a kind of a road going around it. However, if you watch down from here, or look down, you can see the artifact down there, or like the waves of purple. And, I mean, in my opinion, the easiest way to get it is just jump down, and then dismount at last second, and then you jump on your mount again, and you're down without losing any health. It's as simple as that, guys. Then you just gotta fight all the mobs inside, or at least around the artifact. We're already down. We've been in the cave for like 1 minute. So there's the artifact. Again, mine is glitched, so I only have bats here for some reason. Usually it would be scorpions and snakes and stuff, but you won't encounter that, or you will encounter that. But point is, just clear out the cave, and just gotta clear out the cave, and yeah, you can see the artifact is in this big ruin. Head inside. Again, I hear a bat. There's a bat right here. Don't want to get backstabbed, so I'm gonna just kill it real quick. Just dismount, and you have the Artifact of the Devourer. Simple as that. So if you want all the 3 notes, I'll show you those two as well. Mesopithecus, right next to it, right here, 16 by 84.4. So right next to the entrance on the left side. And then if you head back here, you can see the road going up, right next to that alien structure. But if you continue heading on this downside, you see another alien structure on your left. And right next to that, you have a pillar and the Megalosaurus at 16.5 by 84. And then finally, the last one is a bit more tricky to get. But basically, if you walk up, it is on that ledge. You can barely see it. I'm gonna show you a little bit better real soon. So basically, just gotta obviously kill these. But it is on that ledge. You can see a bat wing there. So we're gonna head up there. There's only one road, so no worries. Splits off here, but it meets here again. And if we look down now, you can see the ruin. And if we just walk on this edge, you can see that there is a pillar. And yeah, there it is. I fell down. Again, that works. Okay, I'm just gonna have to go around because I got knocked off the edge there. Alright, I'm back in this area. This time I shouldn't get knocked off by bats. Oh, they are back apparently. There we go. Again, it'll be, for some reason, my caves glitches every now and then, and only have bats and no other animal, even though it should be scorpions and stuff as well. And it was a lot more bats here than I thought. Also, just, I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I did only bring a shotgun in case something bad happens, but you don't need to bring one. That's just a backup. But you can see the pillar there again. Just walk up on the ledge here. So basically one encirclement around. And you should... It's basically... If you go just a little bit further, you get to a little parkour jump that you gotta do. Which is probably the hardest part when you bring a land dino like this, but it is possible. But basically right before that jump, you can look down. So you can just gently drop down here. Dismount if you wanna. You might want to master that skill first if you want to do it the fast method of just dropping down from the start. Can you just leave me alone, please? There we go. But here we got the Moza dossier at 16.3 by 84.5. So to get away here, you actually got to jump down again. But obviously we've already gotten the artifact. So I'm just going to jump across here. Again, if you just dismount right before you hit the ground, then the dino won't lose anything and you might take a little bit of full damage, but if you time it right, then none of you will. So that's the best way to get down again. So when you jump here, line yourself up at the edge, and you kind of jump diagonal, so, or all the way into the wall, and you want to sort of have speed and jump, and you should nail it. You might miss it the first time, but you see there that I managed to hit, so basically from the inside there, because that's the tallest point, and then you can see the ledge. I don't really want to get backstabbed by a bunch of them, but you can see the ledge is a bit lower here, so when you jump, you go from the tallest point on the lower platform to the lowest, no wait, the tallest point on the lower platform and the lowest point on the upper platform here. Then continue around. Just be a little careful. It is a bit like tricky sometimes to get past some of these areas because it's very narrow. So you can obviously walk down the cave and then kill everything, but honestly, I mean, you can choose whichever one, but I think actually jumping down and then just running up afterwards is the shortest way. So yeah, I mentioned a Thylacoleo and a Baryonyx. I already mentioned why a Baryonyx, because the Baryonyx fit through here and you can swim from like the mainland to Carno Island. The Thyla is because then I think you can just basically climb, spam the climb button and climb up the side of the wall. So you can jump down, kill stuff, and then climb up, which obviously makes it real fast. But you won't have a Thyla until later in the game, which is why I'm using a saber-tooth. So at this point you can walk around, but as you can see there's a shortcut, so if you want to jump, then just jump across there, and we skipped half the path here. Just gotta kill some bats. I mean, obviously you gotta watch out for rabies, so you can use a shotgun as well, but to be honest with you, I don't really mind. I'll survive rabies. So annoying. There we go. Then just head upwards. I mean, the path goes constantly upwards. There's another jump here. Again, you might mess up these jumps. That's like the only downside, I guess, of using a saber-tooth or anything, but I think it's pretty easy. I mean, if you are relatively experienced, you shouldn't really mess up these jumps. Okay, okay, that just happened. Landed on this merge. Okay, mine is a bit fast. I'll be back when I get up there. Alright, I made it across now. As you saw there. Sorry about that. Easy to mess up. which is why I kind of need to be careful. But I guess that proves that you might have to go a couple times, but it should work out at the end, and we're back up at the cave. So now we can just swim back. So again, to show you, go down, you see the crystal, so just follow that. You see another crystal, and above it you have the water. And then you just gotta manage to land on the ledge here, and we're up. So then you can just walk back out, and we successfully retrieved the Artifact of the Devourer, as well as all the Explorer notes, by just using a saber tooth. So yeah, I mean, obviously if you don't have an Argentavis, because that's like level 60 tame, you can use a raft to get here instead. But I have an Argentavis, so I'm going to use it. So I'm just going to head back. The riot armor is killing me right now. And then you can just head back to base. So if this video was helpful, then I would really appreciate a subscribe and like. We have hit 50 subscribers, which is insane. I was not expecting to reach that as fast as I did, and we also reached 100 views, no, 1,000 views on the first video uploaded. So that's also incredible. I was not expecting this kind of support so fast. So if you do want to continue supporting me, that would be awesome, and subscribe to the channel, because a lot more content is coming, and I have a goal of 100 subs by the end of the month. So if you want to help me reach that, then subscribe. So anyways, thanks for watching, see you later.